back. A brand new episode of the Love of Fighting podcast. It's your host, Archie, as always. And we're joined by my best fucking friend in the world, Ollie Stanley. Ollie, how are you?
Good.
Oh, I need a drink after that one. Shit. How was your math test?
Good.
How was the exam?
Good.
Well, did you fail it or not?
Well,
Make me proud and fail the fucking exam. Who gives a shit about school?
no,
Right? Who gives a shit about school?
I think I passed.
Dude, Tuesday was the first day of school after a year and a half, and I went in there and I just destroyed the fucking school. I was so rude to the teachers and the principals, and I think I might have to do this year. I might have to, you know, drop out of school this year because with the shit that I pulled off Tuesday, I'm not gonna go that far. So, but we're not here to talk about school. Nobody gives a shit about school. We're here to talk about UFC 268, our official thoughts, and UFC Fight Night Vegas 42. It is?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Vegas 42. Max Holloway is back. The greatest 145er is back trying to win 2 in a row against Yair Rodriguez, the always entertaining Yair Rodriguez. Ollie, let's talk about UFC 268 for a minute because this card was stacked. We're just going to talk about the main event, the Ian Gary fight, and the Alex Pereira fight because that
Ian
fight
Gary.
was to Ian Gary. I think he's a great fighter, to be honest. He's a great fighter and he's undefeated too, 8-0.
Yeah.
He just beat one of the, he beat a respect. He beat a good guy. I mean, Jordan Williams, he might be 0-3 in the UFC, but he's a great fighter. Look at the fights before the UFC, the Contender Series.
He lost to some big names. Well, not big.
He lost to Mickey Gall. He lost to Ian Gary, who's a big name right now.
He lost to the guy who beat Edmund.
Who? Imavov?
Yes.
I mean, he lost to the big names, but I feel like what's
Do you
next
think
for
the UFC will give him like? Can you fuck off?
I believe because listen, he's fought nothing but the tough competition. When you do that, you usually get another chance. When you fight the guys that are like a level below you or the same level as you, you get cut. But if you fight guys that are better than you or like Ian Gary, I thought he was gonna knock him out in the first minute because he's that good. And Jordan actually did good. He did some damage. Look at the nose of Ian Gary. He was bleeding from the nose a little bit, but Ian Gary, he's great. He's a great striker. He's got what Connor didn't have. He's got the wrestling, and he's training with one of the best gyms in the game, Henry Hooft. I mean, which is great.
That's what I think McGregor's missing right now. Good coaches.
Yeah.
Like, what's his name? John Kavanagh.
Yeah.
And Owen Roddy. I've got them to a brilliant level, but if you want to go on, you need to go to someone like. You can't go to top team because most people hate him there, like Masvidal, Poirier. He actually trained there for the Cerrone fight for a couple of weeks.
With ATT?
Yeah.
Well, because when he was fighting Cerrone, he was the good guy, Connor. Now he's the bad guy.
Yeah, so they were training there.
He said a lot of shit about Poirier, about Masvidal, about the whole ATT.
He hasn't said anything about Masvidal.
He didn't say anything, but it was the post-fight interview after the Donald Cerrone fight. He just made fun of his coat, the Versace rope thing, and when he was doing an interview with Ariel Helwani, he just talked a little bit shit about the house coat as he called it. But yeah, that's the only thing. But he fought Poirier for the third time, and he talked a lot of shit about Poirier and his family, and yeah, he's not gonna train with it. I think he should go train with Henry Hooft.
Yeah.
Who's in there that he doesn't like? Nobody's in there. I think the only guy that didn't like Connor was Kamaru Usman.
Definitely not welcomed at what's that gym?
Trevor Whitman.
I mean, he could fit in at Trevor Whitman. No,
Uh,
it's the guy who I forget the gym. The guy who trained Cormier, DC.
AKA. He's
Yeah,
not gonna go there. He will never go there.
yeah,
If
that's
he
what I was
goes there,
saying. That
if
was
he goes
if you
there, he's
listen,
gonna train there.
shut your mouth. Listen
Shut
to the champ.
Listen to the champ. Champ of what? Sucking dicks? Go on, go on.
All right, so oh, God, you put me off now. If you listen to what I said, he would definitely not go there. Trevor Whitman, possibly. Gaethje does want to kill him.
Yeah. I mean, if
Henry
Conor,
Hoof. Henry Hoof.
oh,
He's
sorry,
no one really
AKA.
hates.
No, I don't think he's got a problem with Henry Hoof, to be honest.
No,
I mean,
they
the
don't.
only,
That's what I said. And
I mean,
I think
yeah,
there's I think that another good spot he could go is Jackson Wink.
Jackson Wink is good too, but listen, I mean, I would love him if he trained with Henry Hooft. Henry Hooft is one of the he's got one of the greatest striking minds in MMA. He's one of the
Or
greatest.
MMA Master or something like that.
No. He's not going there. He will never go there. And listen, you talked about AKA. If Conor goes to AKA, he's going in there with a fucking shotgun, killing everybody. That's what happens when Conor steps in AKA. He's going in there with a fucking shotgun and a bulletproof vest, just bang, killing everybody. That's the
Yeah, I
only.
think Henry Hoof, Trevor Whitman, they're all
Not Trevor
great.
Whitman because he doesn't
Hang
because
on.
he's gonna run into Kamaru Usman because he's gonna run into Justin Gaethje. He doesn't like any of them, especially Kamaru Usman.
Yeah, that's
Especially
probably.
Kamaru Usman. He might get along with Justin Gaethje. He might. I'm not
Yeah,
saying he will, but Kamaru Usman now.
yeah.
Conor was blasting him. Conor was blasting Kamaru Usman when he was doing an interview with that fucking idiot. What's his name? The guy I don't like.
Stephen A. Smith.
Oh yeah, the basketball guy. He was blasting Kamaru Usman. He called him a bum. He was like, "Don't talk about that dude." I mean, I think Henry Hooft, if he wants to change gym, which he will
But,
never do it, he will
but
train with.
to be fair to Trevor Whitman, he only coaches 3 people, so he could
Yeah.
fit timing from McGregor away from Usman.
Or there's another guy that I would love him to train with. There's James Krause. He's a great trainer, and there's Eric Nixick, the guy who trains Francis Ngannou.
Yes, but I don't think. No, I don't.
Well, listen. This is about the UFC 268. So let's not talk about Conor right now. Conor's doing out there. He's calling out Max Holloway, calling out Michael Chandler. He's got a wheelchair boxing match with a comedian Al Foran, the guy
No,
who's
that's
does
not
the.
going ahead.
I mean, he said it. He talked about it like a couple of days ago. I mean, he tweets. He's always on Twitter so much that you want to go back. It feels like you traveling in time. You got to go back to, let's say, 2018 to find that tweet where he talked about the wheelchair boxing match. But again, I feel this is about Ian Gary. You were talking about Ian Gary and the future. I really like the kid, to be honest. He can talk shit. He can, and he can fight, and he did great in his last fight. And I believe he's next. I would love to see him against Mickey Gall, a grappler. I would love to see him against Mickey Gall. See
Who?
how well he does.
Sorry, my head's gone.
Ian Gary.
Yeah, okay.
I would love to see him against Mickey Gall to see how his grappling is, because he's training with Henry Hooft, and when you train with Henry Hooft, there's Michael Chandler in the gym, there is Leon, Gilbert Burns in the gym, Vicente Luque in the gym, black belt, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts, and wrestlers, some great grapplers. I would love to see him against Mickey Gall. So let's move on. Let's talk about Alex Pereira. The
Jeez.
guy is just an amazing striker.
Oh,
Not the best grappler though.
Do you
I
see
thought
what? Talk about Conor McGregor. See what he's retweeted?
no.
He retweeted a picture of him and Chandler squaring off, and him and Tony Ferguson.
Wait a minute. What the fuck? My camera just went off. What the hell just happened there? What the hell? Oh yeah, now we go. What the fuck was that?
Anyway, so
Yeah, go
Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
So overall, people just found his. People know his weakness now.
I mean, he's training with Glover Teixeira, who's one of the most amazing grapplers in the game, and I think his grappling is gonna,
Yeah, it's going to
get better.
He's
It's gonna get better.
Yeah, but you can't stand in front of Alex Pereira. No one, not even Israel Adesanya.
I mean, when Izzy and Alex fought, Alex beat the crap out of him twice, beat him once by decision, and then knocked him out in the second fight.
Alex Pereira, I believe, is a very dangerous fight for any middleweight.
Any middleweight. And he's a great addition to the middleweight division, too. I mean, Adesanya, who's he going to fight next after Whitaker? Let's say he fights Whitaker, Brunson, and Cannonier. Who's he going to fight next? He's already beat Marvin Vettori twice.
He's starting to do what Usman's doing now, lapping around people.
Yeah, he's starting to do that. And maybe Alex Pereira, he's a great addition to the middleweight division. Same thing with Ian Gary to the welterweight division. Same thing with Hamza Chimaev to the welterweight division. Because there's new blood that had, because, look at Kamaru Usman. What the fuck is going on with this camera?
Oh, just relax, man.
I don't know what is my picture back on?
No, just chill, man.
No, I gotta fix this. What about now? Can you see me now?
No, just let's keep going.
Yeah, I mean, listen, what was it talking about?
Alex Pereira.
Yeah, listen, Alex Pereira, like I said, he's a great addition to the middleweight division. So same thing with Ian Gary and Hamza Chimaev to the welterweight division, because they're lapping the division. Kamaru Usman is lapping the division. He beat Kobe twice. He beat Masvidal twice. He beat Gilbert Burns. He's beaten Leon Edwards. And I think, Hamza Chimaev might step in. Jorge Masvidal pulled out, and he's going to fight Kamaru Usman soon in 2 more fights. But about Alex Pereira, I think he needs to work on his grappling. He needs to work on his jiu-jitsu and wrestling, and climb the ladder and get a trilogy with Israel Adesanya, which I believe he might beat him. He's a better striker than Izzy is. When he beat him twice, that he already proved that he's a better striker than Izzy. But I don't know, man. We got to see how things play out.
Because we don't know. We don't know, though, because well, let's see anyway. We might get the trilogy. How old's Alex Pereira?
He's 34.
No, that trilogy's never happened.
Maybe it happens. I don't know. Listen, we don't know. This is MMA. This is MMA. This is, unexpected shit happens every day. Unexpected shit happens every single day.
Glover Teixeira is the champ of 42.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. When Glover Teixeira was 2-2 in his last 4 fights, I was like, there's no way this guy's going to fight for a world title again. 2 weeks ago, he just beat Jan Blachowicz. 2 weeks ago.
That was a good card.
That was a good card, yeah. Listen, this is MMA. We don't know what's going to happen. Maybe a fight between Jared Cannonier and Derek Brunson. It falls out. Maybe Brunson pulls out, and Cannonier, and maybe Alex Pereira. He's like, I step in, and UFC says, let's go. He beats Jared Cannonier. They'll give him the title shot after Robert Whitaker if Adesanya beats Whitaker. He's gonna get a lot of golden opportunities right now. He's gonna get a lot of that. But let's move on to the main card, because we don't have a lot of time. Um, Main card was started with a bang, and my goodness, Michael Chandler versus Justin Gaethje, one of the greatest lightweights, if not the greatest lightweight fights I've ever seen. Top five greatest fights of all time.
Mm. I wanted
Or
to go 5 rounds.
I, if I gonna if it went 5 rounds, I feel like we would have seen Michael Chandler being stopped by leg kicks because his leg was dead. That left leg was chewed up. It looked like it came out of a pit bull's mouth. That leg was fucked up bad. I mean, Chandler was doing great
And
with his own leg kicks.
he could barely stand.
He could barely stand, and I mean that fight was one of the most entertaining fights I've seen, and
Yeah.
it was one of the greatest fights
Right.
I really enjoyed.
I'm gonna get what my scorecard was for this because lots of biased people saying, "Oh, Chandler won." He didn't.
Oh, Chandler was winning the third round until he decided that he wants to showboat and get punched in the face. He will be honest. Wasn't he winning the third round until he decided that he's gonna get punched in the face and point at this and point at that and tell Gaethje come forward, come forward. I enjoyed it, but he could have played it smart. I mean,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was winning the third round. Then he decided
So,
to get punched in the face for no reason.
so I had the first round to Michael Chandler.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Chandler hurt him bad on multiple occasions. He
Yeah,
was hurting him with the
and
leg
then
kick. He was hurting him with the hands. He was hurting him with, everything. And then second round,
came
Justin got the
quick.
knockdown.
Yeah, people saying, "How's this not a 10-8?"
This is not a 10-8. What the fuck are you talking about?
No,
Who the
people.
fuck? I know. Some people are fucking dumbasses, man. How the fuck is that in him a 10-8? He dropped him, but it's not like that round wasn't competitive. That round was competitive. If it wasn't competitive, that would have been a 10-8. That
Yeah,
round was
no,
competitive.
it wasn't
Michael
like
Chandler still hurt him in the second round. Even though he was dropped, he still hurt him in the second round.
third round. It was going Chandler's way. I was like, okay, we could have a split decision here. And then he just showboated for the last minute and a half, 2 minutes.
And and when he was showboating, he was getting punched in the face
Hard.
and hard, and he got rocked at one time, and the punching numbers for significant strikes for Gaethje were going up, and he got the job done. Gaethje
Yeah,
got the job done.
29-28 fight.
29-28, but I still can't
Oh
get over
my
the
God.
fact that fucking dude, whoever the fuck was that referee, gave it a 30-27. You should go out there and put bleach in your fucking eyes. You shouldn't even watch MMA,
Well,
let
I've
alone
seen
judging
an
it.
outrageous scorecard on Twitter for
Um,
this. Have you seen it?
for what?
This fight. Justin Gaethje,
Okay.
29-26.
No.
No, 29-28. He gave
I mean,
two 10-8 rounds.
for Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, round 2 and 3.
What the fuck, dude?
Anyway, let's
Dude,
not
whoever
get.
did that, whoever the fuck you are, if you're watching it, please do not judge an MMA fight, even though you're not a judge. Just don't open up that fucking app on your phone because you clearly don't know anything about MMA. And this guy might get a job at Nevada State Athletic Commission 2 months from now. He's gonna get a job from Nevada State Athletic Commission and be a judge. He's
Who?
gonna get that. This guy, the same guy who gave Gaethje 2 10-8 rounds. Whoever the fuck he is.
He won't, mate.
Dude, I mean, they gave a job to Chris Lee, who gave 3 rounds to 2 to Paul Felder when he fought RDA. They gave a job to that dude.
All right.
They'll give a job to that the other guy. Move on to the next fight. Next fight.
Shane Burgos against Billy Cutler.
Cortella. How? Let me ask you this: how tough is Billy Cortella?
First of all, I want to ask what your scorecard was.
I had a 29-28 Shane Burgos.
Really?
Yeah.
I had a 30-27.
I had a 29-28.
So
Yeah,
what round did you give to Billy then?
I actually don't remember.
It can't be the first 2 rounds because he got badly stung round 1 and he nearly got put out round 2.
Oh shit, sorry. I gave it 20. I gave it 30-27. For Shane Burgos. Dude, I don't remember anything. That fight was so electric
Yeah.
and so fun. I don't remember anything. But yeah, Shane did great. Shane was using the calf kicks. Shane, his hands, they were looking great. I think he got stung a couple times, but Billy was winning the rounds, and then Shane would hurt him and steal the rounds away. And I love this performance, man. I mean, I feel like they were a little bit scared, and they felt like Chandler and Gaethje are gonna fight before us, and they were a little bit, they had a little bit stress about it because, you know, who's gonna fight like Gaethje and Chandler did? Nobody. But they did, yeah. And
Right.
much respect for Billy Quarantillo. He's a great fighter. It
He'll
was
be
not his night, but he'll be back. And Shane Burgos, man, he's a top contender for sure.
okay. So this was the upsetting night. Frankie Edgar versus Marlon Farah, sorry.
I mean, Marlon Vera was being wrestled. He was getting wrestle fucked. He was
Yes.
getting wrestle fucked.
I really liked the way it was going for Edgar, but he's got a serious problems with front kicks up the middle
Yeah.
badly. Knees, like obviously it was a very competitive
It
fight.
was a very competitive fight, and who was
Round
winning the
1,
fight?
Frankie Edgar used his wrestling to win the round. Round 2 was close. I think
Yeah.
DC gave it to Edgar again. I don't
I
know.
give it to Edgar again. I give it to
I
Frankie
didn't.
again.
I gave it Marlon because I mean people were taking the mick out of DC for that scorecard on Twitter. I was like, he's right. He got him down. He held him down for 2 minutes, but the front kicks were stinging them, and when they were striking, Marlon was controlling them.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Marlon Vera, he needs to work on that grappling a little bit. And let me talk about Frankie for a minute. Up until 2018, no one has ever had a knockout win over Frankie Edgar.
Ortega was the first, wasn't he?
Now, I think yeah, Ortega was the first guy to knock him out.
No,
I think he yeah.
no, it's
But
bad.
listen, but listen. Now he's got knocked out 3 times. I think it's time to hang him up.
Oh, he's been knocked out 4 times.
4 times, even worse. Even worse.
Yeah. All right, yeah, Ortega was the first.
I mean, he should retire. He should hang him up. Frankie, I love Frankie Edgar. I think he's a great fighter. He's a great champion. He's had a great run in the UFC, but I think it's time to hang him up.
Yes. His second knockout loss was to the Korean
Cor-
zombie.
oh yeah, I remember that one.
Third, we know that famous one.
Corey Sandhagen.
And then Marlon. That was
Marlon
just a
Cheatham.
bad one.
I
That,
mean, look at his face. Look at his face. There are
yeah,
pictures.
turned into. I want to see what it. I want to see what. So, okay. So, the judges before the finish, Saudi Malto had a 2018 Edgar, and then the
What? What did you
28.
say? Sal Diamato can suck my.
You
You know
literally
what?
agreed with him about the 2018
No, no. With who? Did
Edgar.
he? Oh, Edgar. I thought you said Marlon.
No, I said Edgar, and the other two had a 1919. So, yeah,
Again, it was a great performance from both men, and that front kick was beautiful. But yeah, Frankie should hang him up. Move on to the next fight, the co-main event.
All right, I've got some words about this fight.
Me
Shall
too.
I whip my scorecard out and talk you through it?
Yeah, go on.
So, round one, Whaley's. She controlled. It was going good for Whaley, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
Second round, Whaley again.
yeah.
But this was a close round because Rose got a late takedown. Like, was it this round? Yeah. And controlled her.
I think it was the third round.
No, it was second. It was second. I
Oh
remember.
yeah, 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 it was the second round.
Third round, I had Whaley again because this was the round she rocked Rose, I think.
No, the second round,
No, it
Rose
was.
got rocked.
I remember it because I rewatched it earlier.
Really?
Yes, it was the third. Fourth,
And fifth, they
Rose.
were Rose.
Fifth, Rose. So altogether, Whaley's 48, 47. You can now argue with your pet fish. It was close fight, but
It was a really close fight,
I
and
was relieved Rose won because I predicted Rose win a UD.
me too.
So even though I thought Whaley won, I mean Rose came back from some adversity. She was arguably 2-0, 2-1 or 3-0 down after the
Yeah.
first three.
Listen, let me tell you something about Rose Namajunas. Before that fight, I believed Joanna Jędrzejczyk was the greatest strawweight of all time. Right now, it's still Rose.
Yeah, Rose. Yeah. I believe that, but after the knockout over Whaley, I was just thinking, just beat Whaley by a decision or anything. You are the greatest strawweight ever in the UFC, and
I
and she won't be fighting Carla next for some reason. Dana said
uh,
they've got another option, so I
I
think
mean, yeah, that's a good option. That's a great option.
there could be a trilogy. Not
I
with Whaley.
look. No, Whaley, she needs to work her way back up. She needs to work that way. She needs
Who
to
do
climb the
you want
ladder.
next?
Uh, sorry, what'd you say?
Who do you want Whaley to fight next?
Marina Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
Or what was her name? What was her name? Sorry, I forgot.
Was it the girl who lost?
Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern.
Yeah.
Fake accent, Mackenzie Dern. Yeah, I would love that one too.
All right. Main event. Oh, I have some.
I've
Obviously.
I've got something to say also, but you go first.
Okay, so I'm going to break down my scorecard. So first round, Kamaru Usman controls with the jab. He gets a takedown this round.
Yeah.
So yes. Round two, this is when things got really interesting. He drops
Kobe.
Covington with a hook, was it? First knockdown hook, yeah.
Yeah, it was a knockdown with a hook,
And
with a
then
left hook.
yes. And then Kobe got knocked down again, like 5 seconds after getting up. What was that shot? Was it another hook?
I believe so. Yeah.
And then Kobe is tough. He just
He's a
he
he's
held
a
on
tough
to
son of a bitch.
for 20 seconds. After
He's a
round
tough son of
two,
a bitch.
things got interesting.
Kobe started to pick up the pace. He should have done that in the first round, but he
I
didn't.
think there was a bit of fear though.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
And then
Listen,
he kind of just said, "Screw this, I'm going in for the kill."
yeah, you either
If he'd done
knock
that
me
for that
out or
all
I'm
5
gonna knock you out.
rounds, he would have won. Guarantee you that.
Yeah. Let me tell you something about that fear. When I had my first ever amateur boxing fight, I was a little bit scared. I was really scared. Not a little bit, really scared, right? And it was 4 rounds. 4 rounds, and I went in there and I got dropped in the first round. I was dropped, and I got up. I was like, "What the fuck was that? I feel nothing. I'm okay. I'm good. Let's fucking go." And I went in there and I TKO'd him in the next round. When you get dropped and you recover from it, that fear is gone. I'm like, what the fuck is he gonna do to me? I mean, he hit me with his best shot. I went down, I got up. I'm tough. He's not gonna knock me out. And you get the win. And I came back and got the win. Kobe didn't get the win, but he was like, he hit me with his best shot. I held myself up. I didn't go out. He didn't finish me. So I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna go a little bit crazier, which I think Kobe won the last 3 rounds,
Yes.
but I mean,
Kamaru got a 10-8.
Kamaru got the best case scenario for Kobe would have been a draw. The best case scenario would have been a draw,
Yes.
to be honest.
I mean, Kobe won the last 3 rounds.
Kobe won the last 3 rounds, but you
wait.
can argue with the third round. The fourth and fifth round, I had a Kobe, 100%. But the third round, you can kind of argue.
I had the first round Kobe. Whoever the ref said it was 49-46.
He can suck my, you know what.
Yes. Anyway, brilliant fight. Hopefully there's a trilogy down the line.
There's going to be a trilogy down the line. No matter what you say,
yes.
There will be a trilogy down the line. Whether Usman loses the belt and once we climb up the rankings and he will fight Kobe again. Whether Kobe
tomorrow is Kobe.
The only guy I feel like the only guy that can beat Kamaru is Kobe.
Yes.
I believe. He is the only guy. Even though he's lost 2 times to Kamaru.
He was beating Kamaru the first time and he was narrowly just lost to him. If let's say Kobe only got dropped once in the first round. Once. That's a 10-9.
Yeah.
So that's 2 judges giving Kobe 48-47 now. So he went to split decision.
He could have won a split decision. But listen, it didn't happen.
The first
it didn't happen.
Came, and I just wanted Kobe tried to recompose himself on the striking, and he should have just grabbed onto his legs after, like he did on the second knockout down.
Well, listen, it didn't happen. Kamaru showed that Kamaru won the fight, and to be honest with you, I enjoyed the fight. But let's move on to this week's main event, and we're just going to talk about the main event.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, go on.
All right, so we know at the present time, Usman is the best welterweight right now. Second best is Kobe. Who's the third?
I have no idea. It's fucking idea.
Gilbert Burns and Leon Edwards.
It's either one of them. One of them.
I think them two need a fight.
They will fight. They will fight down the line. They have to. They should fight down the line. I mean, listen. Burns, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter how close you two are. You're gonna fight.
They're 2 and 3. But I believe if Kobe wants to fight Kamaru again, he has to fight Gilbert Burns and beat him. Gilbert
Burns and beat him, Leon Edwards and beat him, and maybe Jorge Masvidal and beat him, and maybe, just maybe, what's his name? Vicente Luque and beat him.
Yes, we need to. Luque. Yes, Luque's a definite dark. He's a good competitor for Usman's belt, I think. I believe he'll get the first ever takedown on the Usman. I don't know. I think
Kobe got the first ever takedown. No,
he didn't.
Whoever says the takedown that was not a takedown is a goddamn idiot.
Yeah, it's a
Daniel Cormier, an American Olympian, guy who wrestled his whole life. He was wrestling up until he moved to, he made the transition to MMA. He says that's a takedown. When he says that's a 2 point takedown, that's a fucking 2 point takedown. You don't know shit. If you think that was not a takedown because he didn't help, he didn't have enough control over Usman, dude, take him down twice. He took him down twice. He was taken down twice.
We're going to have to wrap this up.
Yeah, we gotta have ourselves. Quick prediction for the next week. What this week?
Just main event.
Yeah, just the main event.
Max Holloway, UD. I think he's going to put a masterclass on Yair Rodriguez, but he has to watch out.
Yair Rodriguez does have the 1 second knockout win over TKZ.
I believe Max has got one of the greatest chins in the UFC.
Yeah,
So,
I'm saying either Max Holloway 50-44s him, 50-42s him, or Yair Rodriguez is gonna fall under pressure. He's gonna snap in half under that pressure of Max Holloway.
I mean,
either it's that.
You're predicting Rodriguez to win by KO. You're an idiot.
No, I didn't.
No, I'm saying if someone.
Oh yeah.
Not you. Relax.
Dude, Verdict's been fucking me over for the last couple. Verdict fucked me over for UFC 266 because I predicted Dan Hooker to beat Nasrat Haqparast and they picked Nasrat to win.
Nah,
on my phone.
Let me.
I don't know.
Well, I'm friends with you on it, so
go check it out after the thing.
No, I'm on it now.
Go check it out.
Oh my god.
Fucking idiot. What a fucking.
Yes, I see it. You predicted. Why'd you predict second round knockout?
I didn't predict that. Verdict picked it for me. And let me bring you my.
Yeah, that happened to me, you know. That happened to me. Do you know for. What fight was it? It was UFC 267. They done that, but I changed it last minute.
Listen, I wish my camera was working right now that I could show you that I picked Dan Hooker on my Instagram. I wish I could show you. Go check on my Instagram, by the way. You can clearly see that I picked Dan Hooker. You can't see it. I picked Dan Hooker.
All right.
You can't see.
All right.
I picked Hooker. But hey, let's talk about this weekend's main event. This is my official prediction. Max Holloway is gonna beat the crap out of Yair Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
And that's.
Wait, have you predicted this fight on Verdict? Yes, you have.
I have. Yeah.
You have to. I forgot.
I put all my XP on Max Holloway.
600 you put on him, yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
I put all my XP
That's
on
what
Max
I
Holloway.
always do, though. That's what 100 until the main event. What offense? Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm very excited for this weekend's fight. 2 days now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. I believe this will be the most watched fight. This fight night might be the most watched fight night in a long time.
Yeah.
I can't wait until they get out of that shabby UFC Apex and go global again.
Yeah, fight nights. I mean, fight nights were different, man. Fight nights, they were different.
Yeah, because you could be waking up at 6 a.m. and the main prelim start or something.
No, I mean, listen.
That's what they promised in 2022. They'll go back global.
I hope they do, man. I hope it.
For Brunson.
I hope they do, man. Because listen, fight nights were different, man. Fight nights, they were fucking different.
Different, great.
It was like, I mean, it was different, even though it's not the same as the pay-per-view, but it was different.
Yes.
It was different. It was cool. It was so fun. It was really fun.
Yes. I really liked them, you know. Like, Sabit versus Cater in Moscow. That was good.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was one of the best
We
fight
ended
nights.
up with,
Masvidal Till back in England.
March, 2019.
Um, let me tell you about
The
another.
England ones hit different though.
Yeah, 'cause listen, English
And
fans,
Dublin and
Irish fans, they're fucking different, man. They're different.
See that Bellator?
You guys over there, that you guys enjoy the fights. Enjoy every fight. Enjoy the fights, like every single fight. It doesn't matter who it is. You guys enjoy the fight.
In Dublin. Did you hear the crowd?
Which one? Bellator.
270.
Yeah, but it wasn't the best night for Ireland, was it?
Yeah,
Peter Cooley got knocked out. James Gallagher got choked out. I mean, that was not the best night for Ireland.
No, Jamie Callagher. I turned my head away from 40 seconds. What am I talking? I went toilet at the end of round 2. I came back, and he's against the cage, and then Patchy, what mix or something.
Yeah.
It's like on the cage. I was like, what's just happened? An eye poke or something. And then I don't know. And then I see Patchy just running around the couch and went, fuck this.
Listen, but Ian Gary made the Irish proud again.
Yes. All right, time to wrap this up.
Time to wrap this up. But before we go, I want to say one thing about all these judges that are fucking dumbasses. I want to say one thing. I'm gonna go on a Dana White type rant here, cause listen, these dudes, they don't deserve their fucking jobs, bro. They don't deserve that. They don't. They just don't.
Hashtag global scorecards as judges. That should
no. That should I mean if it was that I mean people would pick their own guys. So listen.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't though, because they would not. Maybe if McGregor and Poirier fought again, I'll just score every round 10-7 McGregor.
maybe. But listen, I hate that, these athletic commission are fucking over fighters.
The commentators, maybe not.
maybe have guys like Forrest Griffin.
DC, I think DC's got very, very smart in the business.
He's very smart, but he chooses to be biased sometimes, most of the times. But we cannot have these.
He's a very. Oh my God, Nasrat's back in February 19th.
That's good. Listen, I believe they should bring old fighters, guys like Forrest Griffin, Jens Pulver, guys like BJ Penn, guys like that.
Commentator stuff.
What did you say?
Do you know what would be the funnest commentator trio ever?
What?
Paddy Pimblett, Conor McGregor, and some Russian dude.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna understand shit. I don't understand Paddy Pimblett. I'm starting to understand Conor.
Yeah, it's because he's changed. His voice has changed to much more American now.
Who?
Conor is starting to develop into American.
Listen.
Only Angry McGregor sounds Irish now.
Who sounds Irish now?
Angry McGregor. No, when he was against the cage and he was screaming out.
Your wife is in my DMs. Hey, baby.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up. But hey, let me tell you something. Fuck school. Fuck UFC judges. And especially fuck whoever scored the fight 49-46 for Kobe. Especially that guy. For Kamaru, sorry.
Yes. All right. Let's go.
Let's wrap it up, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Tell your friends about us. Anything you want to say, Ollie?
No.
No. Rest. Stop the recording.